Welcome to Arcane Shuffle, a thrilling turn-based game where wizards battle it out. Your goal is to reduce your opponent's health to zero using a strategic mix of attack, healing, mana, and trick cards. Now, let's take a look at the type of cards you'll see. First, we have the attack cards. These cards consume mana to deal damage to your opponent. Healing cards. These cards restore your health and consume mana. Mana cards. These cards restore your mana. And last but not least, trick cards. These are special cards that can disrupt your opponent's strategy while aiding in yours. Now, let's look at some gameplay. Each player draws 6 cards from the deck and is responsible for keeping track of all their stats. On round 1, player 1 chooses to use the card that deals 30 damage and consumes 50 mana, and then player 2 counters it by using the spell counter card, restoring them back to 100 mana and 100 health. In round 2, player 1 plays the Fireball card dealing 15 damage and consuming 25 mana. Then player 2 plays the Arcane Blast card, which is the best attack card in the game, dealing 60 damage to player 1, but consuming 75 mana. On round 3, player 1 plays the Mystic Fountain card, which restores 75 mana, putting them back at 100 mana. Then player 2 plays the Mana Crystal card, which restores 25 mana, putting them back at 60 mana. On round 4, player 1 plays the Divine Light card, which restores 100 health, but consumes 75 mana. Player 2 plays the Flame Whirl, which deals 20 damage to player 1, but consumes 40 mana. On round 5, since player 1 only has 35 mana, which is not enough to use any of their cards, they're forced to draw a card, and they get the Shadow Strike card. But on the other hand, player 2 has enough mana to play one of their cards, but since they have 2 cards left, they're allowed to draw a card, in which they do. And they get the Lava Burst card. On round 6, player 1 plays the Meteor Shower card, which deals 35 damage to player 2, but consumes 40 mana, leaving them with just 5 mana. Player 2 chooses to use the Lava Burst card, which consumes 30 mana but deals 25 damage, putting both players at around the same health. On round 7, player 1 has no choice but to draw a card, and they get the Mystic Reveal card, which allows them to draw 3 cards. Player 2 also draws a card, but gets the Lightning Strike card. On round 8, player 1 again has no choice but to draw a card, and they get the Regeneration card. On the other hand, player 2 plays the Lightning Strike card, dealing 20 damage to player 1 while consuming 30 mana. On round 9, player 1 draws an Ice card, and player 2 draws a Meteor Shower card. On round 10, player 1 chooses to play the Mystic Reveal card, which allows them to draw 3 cards, which gives them the ability to strategize better. Player 2 stuns player 1 using their Stun Spell card, which won't allow player 1 to play in the next round. On round 11, since player 1 is stunned, they don't gain 10 mana at the beginning of the round, and they're not allowed to play any cards. And since player 2 can't use any of their cards, they choose to draw a card, and they get the Aether Vial. On round 12, player 1 plays the Mystic Fountain card, gaining 75 mana, which makes their total mana go all the way up to 90. Player 2 goes for a similar approach with their Aether Vial card, which restores 50 of their mana back, putting them at 75 mana total. On round 13, player 1 plays the Arcane Blast card, which deals 60 damage to player 2, who's at 50 health, meaning they lose all their health, making player 1 victorious. That concludes this demo of Arcane Shuffle. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed learning about the game.